Today we are here at Dundurn Castle, a castle built in the 1800s with Moira, a historic interpreter, and we're here in the drawing room. Moira, tell us who owned this castle.
So we're going to be talking primarily about Alan McNabb, Sir Alan Napier McNabb to be official, and he bought this house in 1832, creates quite a large mansion, and moves in 1835 with his family. So we're going to be talking about them.
Wow, this room already is so large, but how big is this castle as a whole?
So we're looking at about 18,000 square feet, so it's quite a big space. As we talk, it's going to seem very large for just 5 family members in the home.
With 18,000 square feet, there's a lot of space. Can you tell us about some of the highlights we're going to be seeing on this tour today?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll start here in our beautiful drawing room. So a drawing room actually used to be called a parlor, and after dinner, the guests would withdraw into it. So it became nicknamed the drawing room. Victorians really like nicknaming things.
Yeah.
So this is one of our most beautiful spaces, most photographed spaces. It's definitely kind of an ooh and ah moment when you come into the home. Our front hall is also very stunning. We have a black walnut floating staircase, which is quite an eye piece in the house. And as we go through, we've actually just completed the primary bedroom, so Alan's bedroom with his wife Mary, and it's gorgeous and stunning. So we're gonna see that, and that's a very beautiful space. And then a fan favorite on tour that everybody has memories of and loves to visit is the kitchen downstairs, where we actually still bake and cook on a range from the 1870s.
Wow, we love food on this show, so we want to hit up the kitchen for sure. And they don't make them like this anymore. All of these artifacts are so beautiful. Are they all original to the castle?
That's a great question, and one I get almost every single tour. So everything we're going to be seeing is Victorian, and in our case, early Victorian. The Victorian era was so long, we have to kind of split it up. So early Victorian artifacts in the home and items they would have used, but not everything belonged to the McNabb family themselves.
How does it work when somebody signs up for a tour here? Where can they go to get more information, and what happens on a tour?
So our site here is very large and it can be confusing, so I'm glad you asked this. We have a coach house on the property, which was the original stable house for the home, and that's where our gift shop is. So that's kind of our point of contact on site when you're coming in, if you're buying a physical ticket, if you want to ask questions, actually speak to someone. And then we also have our website, and that's something that we highly recommend, especially during our busy season, because our tickets sell out very quickly. So you want to purchase online if you can, or call in and purchase through the phone if you can, so that way you're guaranteed a spot on the tour you want.
Well, I'm excited to get going. I have a million more questions, but I think it's best that we just ask the questions along the way on the tour. We're at the beginning of the tour.
Yep.
What do people get to see first?
So we bring the groups in through our servants' entrance, and then we come right in here into our formal front hall. So quite a big, beautiful space in here. A lot of people marvel at the space, the staircase, the tile floor, the painted walls. So a lot of extravagance. I often say that the front hall is the first place you get to show off how rich you are in the home. So
Right.
It tends to be kind of played up in this area, even a little bit more. We have the floor tile, a Minton tile brought into the home in the 1870s, still historic and original. And you can still purchase it. The same company still producing it in England that was at
Okay.
the time. So very helpful.
And a huge painting behind you. What is this over here?
Yes, so this beautiful painting is by Robert Whale in 1855 of Hamilton, and it's showing a little bit of the history of the property and the city itself. You know, our landscape history here is much older than just the home. We talk a lot about the first use of the property and the indigenous cultures that were here. So a lot of very rich and diverse history here moving through time, and then finally into the actual castle itself.
Wow, there's just so much to learn already in the first room. Where are we off to next?
We're going to the drawing room next.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so we're back here in our beautiful drawing room, and there's a couple of really important things to point out in this space. So the first thing is our bell system in the house. So we have a little brass and porcelain handle next to the fireplace, and that's how the family would communicate to the servants.
Wow, so that's real. Like they would go, hello, I need help.
Yes, exactly. Similar to that.
Yes.
So they would twist the handle up here, and it would tug a wire that runs through the house and would ring one of the bells downstairs in our kitchen. And the servants would literally be trained to know which bell was which room, and they would come and see what the family needed, whatever it might be.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Okay, and then also behind us we have this little girl. Who is this?
Yes, so this is one of the daughters in the home. So we have 3 girls in the family here. The middle daughter, pictured here, is Sophia. So she grows up and marries a gentleman who becomes a Viscount. She moves back to England with him, has 10 children.
Oh my goodness.
And she's the great-great-grandmother of Her Royal Highness Camilla Parker Bowles.
We love those connections, so fun. I mean, to be in a house this large and to then be a part of the royal family just makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Just destiny.
Exactly.
All right, on to the next room.
Yes, the library's next.
Okay, let's go. We're now in the McNabb girls' nursery, and as they would grow older, this would become their sitting room, and it is so cute.
The toilet is not in the actual bathroom itself. It's in a separate room called a water closet, and we have 3 of them in the home. So 1 is up here and 2 are downstairs on the main floor. And as you can see, it is quite beautiful and stunning, which I know is a bit odd for a toilet, but it was hand-painted porcelain, so it was usually quite stunning in the house. And this was a very, very new technology at the time and quite rare. This might be one of the first water flushing toilets in Canada, maybe even North America in the first, few, because it's the technology brought in from England and very, very fancy for the time.
That is wild to me that people couldn't actually flush back then, and then this was like the creation of that. I'm so glad I live in 2024, everybody. Flushing, it's a miracle.
So this space up here is the primary bedroom.
Wow.
So it's Alan and Mary's room in the house. Big, beautiful bedroom with the stunning canopy bed and a horsehair couch on the far side.
Horsehair.
Yes,
Oh my
two-toned horsehair. And then we have quite a large dressing room for them as well.
This is definitely what I call elegance. Come in, check it out. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my castle. Oh, wow. This is giving me totally like Beauty and the Beast dinner guest vibes. It's massive.
Yes, it is. It's quite stunning and beautiful. This is our formal dining room in the house. So again, we are showing off, entertaining, having up to 26 guests in here for dinner for a very special occasion.
I could totally imagine like someone filming a movie here. Does anyone ever request to do that?
We do get requests for movies a lot, of course, because the house is so grand and so beautiful. And it's a very specific process it has to go through with our film office, who we are partnered with on a lot of different projects. But we don't do a lot in here because you can't take the table out. So it really limits the space we have in this room.
The real question is, how did they get the table in? Must have had to just build it in here. Very cool. Okay, on to the next spot.
Perfect. That'll be into the butler's area.
Okay, let's go. We're now entering the servant side of the house, and as you can see, things have dramatically changed. It's smaller, less colorful, and definitely less extravagant. It really just feels like a different house. I had an amazing day today touring Dundurn Castle and being transported to the 1800s. There was so much to see and do that we couldn't even show you all of it. So you're gonna have to come and take a tour yourself. Tea time.